All right, what's up, CrossFitters? Coach Justin here, the WOD nutritionist, and here at CBG, we help CrossFitters look, perform, and feel confident without tracking macros. Fat loss, building muscle, performance. The Open's here. When this airs, the Open will probably just be finishing, and we'll get transition into quarterfinals. So exciting time! It keeps us going through us CrossFitters going through the beginning of the year, and all the snow and the cold and everything else keeps us moving. Yeah, we're focused primarily on helping people reach their goals without tracking macros. Primarily, those are CrossFitters. This is what we do. So, I have a special podcast for you guys today, all about excuses. You know, I think this is one of the number one things that keep people from reaching their goals is that every time there's hard work to put in, they make an excuse to avoid that hard work, right? So your excuses are literally what's keeping you from reaching the goals that you say that you want. And what you'll find is as soon as you lose those excuses, you'll gain your results, right? It's kind of weird. It's this weird paradox, but there's really no excuse out there that's valid. There are some that make things harder than others, right? There are some things in life and the cards you've been dealt that make things harder, but nothing's impossible if it's prioritized in your life and you go for it, right? So, the number one excuse that I find, and I'm gonna go through five excuses that are most common that people make, and then I'll throw in some extra ancillary ones as I'm kind of going through. But I want to go through this because I think that a lot of you are validating the excuses that you have, and it's exactly why you're staying exactly where you are right now, and you've hit that plateau where you can't feel confident in your own skin and look more like you CrossFit. You can't lose that 10 to 15 pounds. You can't build muscle. You can't get that first muscle up. All these things are unfortunately not coming to you because you're not putting it out into the atmosphere that you want it, and that there's nothing limiting you from getting it. And that's where excuses come in, right? So the number one excuse is I'm too busy. This is number one excuse. I'm too busy, right? Guys, everybody's busy. You're not inherently more busy than others. People have kids, people have jobs, people run businesses, like you're not more busy. So there are other people out there that look the way that they want, feel confident in themselves, more comfortable in their own skin and feel good. It's just not a valid excuse, right? So two things that really, really stick out to me when it comes to people being too busy is number one, it takes 5 minutes to cook eggs and it takes 2 hours to go out to eat. 5 minutes to cook eggs. I just cooked some this morning. It took me 5 minutes. Like, put it on high, like get it going. 5 minutes, right? So it takes 5 minutes to cook eggs. It takes 2 hours to go out to eat. It takes 30 minutes to go get McDonald's or whatever the case is. And the second is it takes 10 minutes to do 50 to 100 push-ups, right? Like Imam it out, right? 50 to 100 push-ups takes 10 minutes, but Game of Thrones is an hour and a half for those longer episodes at the end season, right? So this is really not valid because I know you guys are going out to eat. I know you guys are watching television. You guys are scrolling on your phone. Look at your screen time. The next time that it comes up on all iPhones. Look up that screen time, and it's going to say 2 hours and 45 minutes, 8 hours and 5 seconds, whatever it is, right? All that time could have been utilized you actually putting and going and working out or doing meal prep and eating enough throughout the day and making good choices, right? So this whole time thing doesn't really stack up. And this is, I would probably say, of the five excuses, probably number one. I mean, people just all the time, I'm too busy, I'm too busy. When you say yes to some of these things, like when you say yes to Netflix or you say yes to going out to eat, it's not saying yes to those things. It's saying no to your goals, right? And that hits hard, right? Because it's like, man, if I say yes to the pizza, I'm saying no to my goals. Dang, it's not saying yes to the pizza, right? You're not saying no to yes to going out to eat. You're saying no to losing that 10 to 15 pounds and feeling more confident in yourself every time you make those decisions, right? So being too busy, not buying it, right? So you're not too busy, prioritize it if you want it. and get after it, right? So that's number one. The second thing is too tired, right? I'm too tired to work out. I'm too tired to meal prep. I'm exhausted from work and this and that. Here's the irony of it, the solution for you being less tired is to actually meal prep the right foods and give your body what it needs. The solution to feeling less tired is actually going to the gym and exercising, giving yourself energy, feel good. When you feel good, you have more energy. You want to push, you go for it, right? Like this is the irony. You have to actually do the meal prep to make yourself feel good, right? You actually have to go to the gym to make yourself feel good and less tired, right? So this whole I'm too tired thing, come on, guys, go for a walk, do something. Like you can always move, you can always do something, right? So this whole tired thing doesn't make sense. I think that also people are lacking in sleep, right? And therefore they're not prioritizing getting to bed at the right times, taking the right supplements if necessary, making sure that they quit scrolling and watching TV so that they don't get the interaction of their eyes with blue light, which prevents people from being able to fall asleep appropriately, right? So this is the solution for this. Actually sleep well. And instead of saying you're too tired and manifesting that everywhere to everyone, your partner and your kids, I'm tired, shut up and actually meal prep and actually go to the gym. This is what is going to give you more energy. Do something about it, right? Pick that time of the day when you have the most energy. If you're a morning person, go to the gym in the morning, get it done. If you're energized later in the day, awesome. Go later in the day, right? There's always a way to make it work, you know? Um, and I think that you can also get a friend or somebody to work out with, you know? So if you're one of those people that are like, man, I'm tired, and maybe you need a little accountability, grab a friend and say, yo, look, this is my goal. This is where I want to, this is what I want to do. I think we can hold ourselves accountable. Are you up for it? Awesome. You guys now have accountability. That means when you trust that person, you show up for that person, and there you go. Now you have something that's actually pushing you to be less tired because somebody else is depending on you for their goals too. And a lot of people are just intrinsically motivated by that. They have their own goals. It's hard to be intrinsically motivated by that. But with other people, when they depend on you, you're there, right? So if you're one of those people, grab a partner. Hey, we're going to meal prep together. I want you to show me this. Your spouse, hey, look, I'm going to meal prep. I want your help. The kids, hey, I'm going to meal prep. Like, we're going to eat healthy as a family because it's cool. Let's do it, right? So this too tired thing, like, there are ways around this. Everybody has the energy. You got to give it to your body. If you don't give your body the energy, of course you're always going to be tired, right? So that's excuse number two. I think that's probably pretty common as well. The third is that I can't afford healthy food or a gym membership, right? So CrossFit gym memberships are somewhere around $150 to $200 a month. Some a little bit more, right? Some a little bit less. That's the average, right? This is affordable for most people. Okay, I'm not saying everyone, right? Some people have food insecurity issues and things that they're dealing with and debt that they've accumulated, right? But keep in mind that you're probably going to be spending more money in the long term, like 20 years from now, 30 years from now, in the medical bills and anything else that comes up regarding your health if you actually don't invest in it early, you know? So investing now in like that $150 to $200 membership, got to have it, right? So fit it into the budget. I find a lot of people do this. They say, I need to pay for X, Y, Z. I need to pay for rent. I need to pay for food. I need to pay for going out to eat. I need to pay for that. I need to pay for groceries. I need to pay for all these things. Let me see what's left over, and then I'll see if I can invest in my health and my fitness, right? Like a gym membership or nutrition and good food instead of crappy food. The reality is that you're never going to reach your goals with that mentality, right? That's a cop out. What you need to do is say, my health and fitness is a priority, and I'm not going to have a home. I'm not going to be able to be here. I'm not going to be here for my kids or for other people that depend on me if I'm not alive. I need to prioritize my health so I can be on the earth as long as possible. And therefore, I need to work that gym membership into my budget at the top part of the budget, right? So, like rent, health, and fitness. That's what it needs to be. If that's not your mentality, right? You're like, Justin, dude, shut up. Like, come on, like that's stupid. No problem. You're never going to reach your goals. How are you going to get there if it's not prioritized in that way into your budget? It's not a reality for you, right? And you might just be not ready to make those changes that you want, and that's okay. I'm not no judgment. It's no problem, you know. Um, you might just not be ready to make those changes, and that's okay. But keep in mind that at some point you're gonna invest in some way, and you don't want it to be when you're sick in a hospital bed. You got to give yourself the fighting chance, you know. So you need to invest upfront. So if it's a $30 membership to Planet Fitness, if it's a CrossFit gym membership, right? This is important, you know. Now, when it comes to food, I think people have a lot of misinformation around what food costs are. If you go to the store and you buy the already prepared seasoned chicken breast ready to go, or you go to the deli already, that's expensive, you know. Like that stuff is expensive. Very like lobster and prime rib, yeah, shrimp and scallops. Like those protein sources are expensive. Get that every once in a while, right? Stick with the basics: ground turkey, right? Chicken breast, chicken thighs, sausage, chicken sausage, the eggs. I mean, guys, a lot of protein sources like that are very, very affordable. I priced it out actually, and I just cooked a bunch of chicken today. The big packs at Costco, massive packs at Costco, are like 25 to 30 bucks. It's like 2.99 a pound, right? This is enough chicken to last 15 meals. 3 meals a day, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. 5 days, $30. Come on. It's not expensive to eat healthy. Apples. Come on. Apples. You don't even have to prep that. It's already prepped for you. Just eat an apple, right? It's really not a matter of budget for most people to eat healthy, you know. Vegetables also extremely affordable, you know. If you're one of those people, it's like, hey, I don't have a microwave, or I don't have a toaster oven, or I don't have something that, just contact me. I'll buy you a microwave. No problem. Hey, Justin, I don't have a microwave. I'm in a situation right now where I lost my job. My microwave broke. I don't have one. And I need to be able to microwave like the rice and the oatmeal and some of this. No problem. Just message me. I'll buy you a microwave. It's no problem. Right. So this whole healthy thing, and with health and buying food, and it's too expensive, this is just a big excuse for people. And it's maybe you're just having misinformation around it. It may not be it's an excuse for you. It may just be like you think it's a valid thing because you have misinformation. It's not. It's just not realistic to buy some of those really expensive foods, seafood, and some of these other aspects. And maybe you're thinking that's what you need in the steak. You don't. Just keep it simple at first, and you could build out based on your budget what's necessary, right? You don't got to go to Whole Foods. Walmart has actually great produce. Costco, I mean, this stuff is good. A lot of people also waste a bunch of food, which is probably is where you're throwing a lot of money down the drain. Quit wasting food. Actually, you know, the food that you buy, actually eat it, prep it, eat it, make it happen, right? And some of you guys are eating out once per week. I mean, that's $100. Two people out to eat once per week at a decent restaurant, not even great, like a decent restaurant, 75 to 100 bucks. That's 2 to 3 packs of that chicken I was just talking about. Yeah. So, I mean, it's just kind of an excuse for a lot of people, you know. So, I want you guys to avoid these excuses, which is why I'm bringing up solutions and getting through the misinformation of it, you know. Um, the third thing that I would say, or was that the third thing? So we went through. I can't afford a gym membership or the right healthy foods that are necessary for me to reach my goals. We went through that. We went through too tired, right? I'm too tired to work out. I'm too tired to meal prep. And we also went through I'm busy, right? And I provided solutions for all those, right? The fourth I would say is I'll start tomorrow. I've been there, guys. I'll start tomorrow. I'll go tomorrow. Beginning of the year, I was there. You know, I was like, I'll start tomorrow. You know, I'm busy with my business and CBG and managing new coaches and new clients. I'll start tomorrow, right? And guys, tomorrow like inherently, inevitably never comes because you're in a phase of life where you're just procrastinating, you know. And one day that the light switch is going to go off, and you'll be like, no, this next meal I'm eating healthy. Tomorrow, I'm going to the gym, 8 a.m. I'm making it happen, right? And I think that a couple things that'll help with this, right, mindset wise, is you got to lose the first pound before you lose the 10. So a lot of people think they're not starting tomorrow, right? They come up, I'm starting tomorrow sort of scenario, procrastinating because the goal seems overwhelming. It's like 10 pounds, man. Forget about that. How about just the first pound? Go in your mirror, go in your room, okay? Go in your bathroom, take the majority of your clothes off. Okay, this sounded freaky, but it's not. Take the majority of your clothes off, bathing suit attire, right? And take pictures of yourself. That's your start. This is my start to improving myself. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on losing the 1 pound, right? Because you have to do that before you get to 10. Or instead of, I need to do all this and prep all that and do that, and I need to get all my meal. How about just eating one healthy meal? First, do you have to eat the first meal, that first healthy meal first? Why not just one workout? Like, oh, I'm planning to go Monday and Friday and Wednesday at this time. But just go today. Just go today to the gym. One workout, one day. And you're going to feel so good. It's going to feel so nice. Like, man, that was hard, but I did it. Like, I showed up today. Right. So at CBG, we actually help a lot of people focus on the 1% goals, the daily actions that they need to take. Instead of, oh, I need to lose 10 pounds by the end of the week, da 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 da, you're going through it in your head. How about just focusing on what you need to do today to eventually lose weight? Not 10 pounds a day. So lose weight, what do I need to do today? Oh, I need to go to the gym at 4:30 after work. Great. That's your daily task. That's it. Nothing else. Not, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, 10 pounds. Oh, it's almost the end of the month. None of that. What do I need to do today? Oh, I need to prep my lunch for work so that I don't like eat something at the cafeteria or order something out with everybody. No problem. Let me pack my lunch right now. That's my daily habit. That's my daily activity. Right. So this is important. I think that the daily habits are something that helps out a lot of people with their mindset because we get so caught up in like what we're trying to do next month or next week or 5, 6 months from now. Oh, summer's coming up. Da 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 da. Da. Guys, just make change and start today. Quit procrastinating this. I think that day never comes where you actually start. If it's always the next day, just start right now. Like you're listening to this podcast, you're like, okay, that's right. Like today, I think I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna make sure like I cook a healthy dinner for me and my family. Right? Like I'm gonna make sure that happens. Or like I'm gonna go to the store after this and like grab something good. That makes sense for me and the goals that I have. Right? Not, oh man, I'm gonna do it tomorrow or Monday is like a perfect start day for me because of this X, Y, and Z. You start like getting in your own head like why something's a perfect start date. There is no perfect start date. The best day is right now. Like time doesn't inherently fixate itself on your goals. Time doesn't care about your goals. Time does not care. Time is just it's happening right now as we speak. It's going to go on. It's not going to pause. Right? None of us have superpowers and can freeze time. So every second, every minute, every hour, every day that you're not doing something that's moving towards your goals, you're just losing time. Time doesn't stop for you to start Monday. It just doesn't. It's not a reality, right? So I think just focus on one meal at a time. Focus on one workout at a time. That's going to help you just to get started, right? Um, I would say the fifth excuse is sabotage, right? And it's sort of this is the quote: "I already blew it for the day." Right? I already blew it for the day, right? When you already feel like you blow it for the day, you already get into your mind into a negative headspace and you're like, screw it. I might as well keep eating this. I'm not going to hit the gym today. I already blew it. Like, I might as well keep going, right? Now, there's that analogy that everybody kind of preaches about that actually makes a lot of sense, right? If you're driving on the highway, all right, you're driving, you're going 60, 70 miles per hour, tire pressure light comes on, you're like, what's that? And boom, that tire blows. What? Dang, you pull over to the side of the road, right? You're sitting there, you're like, man, what am I gonna do? I got a couple options here, you know. Got to get this, somewhere. I got to put the spare on. Let me call my dad so he can help me. Let me call a friend. Whatever the case is, right? But one thing that never goes through your head is you know what? Screw it. I already got a flat tire. I'm going to take my pocket knife and I'm going to slash all the other three tires. That's not a thought that comes into your head. That would be ridiculous, right? Like you're like, yeah, that's ridiculous. Like I would never like when one tire blows, like I'm just going to go fix that one. Like I'm going to put the spare on, drive it. I'm going to go get a plug or a patch. I'm going to give it to some, send it, get it to a tire place. They can quickly repair whatever it is, It's not, hey, I'm going to take that pocket knife and I'm going to just all four gone, all of them, right? Doesn't make sense. That's what some of you guys are doing when you have pizza one night with your family and the next day you just decide to eat like crap. And the whole weekend you decide to eat like crap. You're taking that pocket knife and you're just slashing three of the other tires. Makes absolutely no sense. Absolutely no sense, right? So quit sabotaging yourself. One meal is really not going to throw you off. Like these are lifestyle things that we're building here. At least at CBG. I don't know what other programs are focused on. If it's hey, let's get good for summer and then we can blow it up after that. At CBG, we're focused on building a lifestyle for people. So if you're focused on that long term and that lifestyle, you got to give your body a reason to change in the now. So you got to make good decisions, but you don't need to be in this place where you feel like you from one meal that you're going to be completely off track, right? It just doesn't make any sense. There's not enough calories in one meal for the most part, right? That is really going to destroy all your progress from the deficit you put through the week, all the hard work you put in at the gym, all the other things, right? So there's no real need to do this sabotage thing. It just doesn't make any sense, right? So quit sabotaging. You guys just need to get right back on track with the next meal. And when you weigh in on Monday, you take those new pictures. You go to the gym. You're going to feel good about the progress and results you're making if you're just staying consistent long term, right? So those are the five things. I do have a new CrossFit nutrition guide all around habits. So how CrossFit is formed habits. What's the mindset of forming it? How can I do this? Because a lot of us struggle, especially with these excuses where we're just overwhelmed on where to start. So we make these excuses around like, I'm going to do it this day or do this. I already messed up this. I'm too busy. I'm too tired, all this stuff, because you don't know how to actually form the habits necessary to just start inching towards your goals. Like I said, you need to lose the 1 pound before you lose 10, right? So what you should do is get our free CrossFit Nutrition Habits Guide, right? All you got to do is if you're on your YouTube, comment habits. If you're looking at this on the Facebook group, comment habits. Or if you're listening to the podcast, shoot me a DM and habits, and I'll know exactly what you're looking for. It's entirely free. We created it for you guys so that you can just start to figure out like, what are the next steps I really need to take if I'm serious about this, and it's free. So you guys can utilize it as you wish and incorporate it into your life. That's the goal, right? I have a bonus excuse, right? And this bonus excuse, so I did 5. Here's a 6th excuse that I kind of hear from some people. And it's, I don't have time to log all my food, right? And to be honest, I think this is a valid excuse, right? Because I don't think that tracking macros is sustainable. And I think that it's a short lived solution to the problem that you have. Eventually, it's time to move forward and understand food to where you don't need to track it. And the only way to do that is to actually build out something that makes sense for your lifestyle. And that's exactly what we do here at CBG with our lifestyle blueprints. So we're focused on helping CrossFitters quit tracking macros and still reach their goals: fat loss, building muscle, performance, all without tracking macros. So if you're interested in this and you want to learn more about if you qualify for our program and if somebody on my team can actually support you, go ahead and just shoot me a message, results, or just say, hey, Justin, I'm looking to learn a little bit more about your program. I'm pretty much burnt out tracking macros. I'm doing CrossFit 4 to 5 times per week and I'm still plateauing. I know it's my nutrition and I want to learn your methodology. I want to see if your program can help. No problem. We'll hop on a call. We'll kind of we'll go from there. So if this is you and you're making that, hey, I don't have time to log all my food, I actually think that's a valid excuse. Yeah. Yeah, shoot me a message, Debbie. Happy to go through it with you. It's a short-lived tool and it's not sustainable. You're not going to be 65 like in MyFitnessPal tracking your macros. So I think that if you want more information, shoot me a quick message, a quick DM, and we'll get you going. So I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Justin, the WOD nutritionist, out.